A locked gate closes behind you, and the city disappears. For the next 7 days, your world is stone, smoke, prayer, and the fear that every breath may already be too late. This is a 17th century plague Lazaretto, a quarantine hospital built to keep sickness away from the living city. It is not designed for comfort, it is designed for separation. You arrive by boat at dusk, carrying only a small bundle, a cup, and the clothes on your body. The men at the landing do not ask if you are afraid, they ask where you came from. In many European ports, quarantine had become a weapon against plague long before anyone understood bacteria. Officials did not know the true cause, but they knew distance could sometimes save a city. Your name is written down, your belongings are inspected, and a guard points toward the inner ward. Once you cross that threshold, your survival is no longer private. The first danger is not the disease itself. It is the rule of the place. If you look suspicious, if your ship came from an infected port, or if your household showed symptoms, you stay. The air inside is heavy with smoke from herbs, vinegar, old cloth, damp bedding, and human fear. To the people of the time, bad air was not just unpleasant, it was believed to carry death. Some attendants wear waxed coats, gloves, and masks stuffed with aromatic substances. The beak-like mask looks terrifying now, but then it was meant as protection from poisoned air. You are given a corner of a ward and told not to wander. The walls are thick, the windows high, and every sound carries. Coughing, footsteps, whispered prayers, and the scrape of a door bolt. A week inside this place begins with observation. Your body becomes evidence, and every ache is watched as if it were a confession. The first night is the easiest because hope is still alive. You tell yourself the fever will not come, the swelling will not appear, and the guards will eventually open the gate. But the Lazaretto is built to slow time. Hours stretch across cold stone floors, and the outside world becomes a rumor carried by bells across the water. Food is simple, sometimes poor, and rarely comforting. Bread, broth, watered wine, or whatever can be safely delivered becomes part of the test. You learn quickly that strength is not heroic here. Strength is staying calm when the person beside you is moved to another room and no one explains why. The second day brings the real question. Do you hide what you feel or report every symptom? In a place like this, honesty might protect others, but it can seal your fate. Plague did not always announce itself the same way. Fever, weakness, pain, chills, swelling, confusion, and sudden decline could arrive in terrifying combinations. The doctors and attendants are not fools. They are working with the limits of their century. They use what they have: isolation, smoke, vinegar, prayer, inspection, and courage. Some treatments are based on humoral medicine and fear of corrupted air. To survive, you must endure not only the illness, but the medicine of the age. A basin of vinegar stands near the door. Cloths are soaked, hands are wiped, coins are cleaned, and the smell follows you like a warning. Outside the walls, the city wants you contained. Inside the walls, everyone wants proof that they are not the next one to be taken deeper into the hospital. By the third day, the Lazaretto becomes a map of invisible lines. Clean and unclean, suspected and sick, living and dying, hopeful and abandoned. You notice the architecture is part of the survival system. Courtyards separate bodies, corridors control movement, and water keeps the plague house at a distance from the city. In Venice and other maritime states, quarantine was not just medicine. It was government, trade, fear, and survival pressed into one brutal routine. Your safest decision may be the hardest one. Do nothing careless. Do not share cups. Do not touch bedding. Do not crowd the doorway. Do not trust panic. The Lazaretto punishes impatience. A person who tries to force the rules may not only risk punishment, they may carry danger into every room they enter. At night, the lanterns turn the stone walls gold and black. Shadows look like people, and silence becomes worse than coughing. The fourth day tests your mind. You begin counting footsteps, meals, bells, and the distance between your corner and the door. Isolation can become another illness. Even without fever, your thoughts circle the same fear. If the sickness is already inside you, there is no escape from your own body. A plague doctor enters with assistants, and everyone straightens. His tools are simple, his knowledge limited, and his presence means someone is being judged. He watches faces, asks questions, checks the body, and listens to reports. There are no modern tests, no antibiotics, no clear certainty. For some patients, painful swellings may be opened or treated according to the beliefs of the time. The procedure is not shown, the fear is enough. Your survival depends on luck, exposure, health, timing, and obedience to rules that feel cruel but are meant to protect the city beyond the walls. On the 5th day, you understand the worst truth of quarantine. The Lazaretto may save thousands by making a few people disappear from public life. That is why the gate matters. It is not just wood and iron. It is the line between personal freedom and collective survival. Rumors move faster than medicine. Someone says a ship has been refused entry. Someone says another ward has been sealed. Someone says the priests are coming again. Prayer is everywhere because certainty is nowhere. In a century without germ theory, faith, ritual, discipline, and fear all occupy the same room. Your mouth is dry, your back aches, and the straw mattress scratches your skin. Every discomfort becomes suspicious because the mind has learned to hunt for symptoms. A good survivor in this place is not brave in a loud way. A good survivor is quiet, observant, clean as possible, careful with hands, and careful with hope. The 6th day feels close to freedom, which makes it dangerous. People become restless when the end seems near. But plague does not respect calendars. A person can look safe in the morning and terrifying by night, and the ward knows it. The guards are tired too. They stand between the desperate and the city, knowing that mercy in the wrong direction can become disaster. You begin to understand why these places became symbols of dread. They were hospitals, prisons, borders, and warnings all at once. The water outside reflects torchlight, and the city seems close enough to touch. But it may as well be another world. If you survive physically, you still have to survive what the place does to memory. The locked doors, the smells, the names called out at night do not leave easily. On the 7th morning, the question changes. It is no longer simply whether you are alive. It is whether you can be trusted to return. Your clothes may be aired, smoked, washed, or handled with caution. Goods and bodies are treated as possible carriers, even when no one can see the enemy. Officials make their decisions slowly. In the Lazaretto, freedom is not given by emotion. It is given by procedure. If you are cleared, the gate opens just enough for one person. You step forward with weak legs and a different understanding of the city you once took for granted. Behind you, others remain. That is the part no survivor can ignore. Your release is someone else's continued sentence. The Lazaretto was terrifying, but it was also one of history's harsh lessons in public health. Before modern medicine, separation could be the difference between a city breathing and a city collapsing. Its methods were imperfect, sometimes brutal, and often heartbreaking. But they came from a world trying to fight an invisible disaster with stone, law, smoke, and time. The real horror is not that people feared plague. It is that fear had to be organized, guarded, recorded, and enforced. A week inside the plague hospital would test every weakness you brought with you. Your lungs, your nerves, your discipline, your faith, and your ability to endure uncertainty. You would learn that survival is not always escape. Sometimes survival is obedience to the wall until the wall decides to let you go. And if the fever came, the question would no longer be about bravery. It would be about whether your body could pass a test your mind could not control. The city outside would keep moving. Markets would reopen, bells would ring, ships would wait, and names would vanish into registers of the sick and suspected. But for 1 week, history would shrink to a bed, a bowl, a door, and the sound of footsteps stopping outside your room. The Lazaretto was built to protect life by surrounding it with fear. That contradiction is what made it one of the most haunting survival traps of the early modern world. So imagine the gate closing again, the lantern fading, and the doctor turning toward your bed. No medicine you know is coming. No second chance. No clean answer. No escape from the question the past always asks. Could you survive this?